I think we're gonna need that for what's coming up. I do remember we need a hook shot at some point in this dungeon, so I'm gonna assign that ahead of time just to be safe. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Previously, we started our next dungeon already, shortly after we just completed the Arbiter's Grounds, the Snowpeak Ruins, home to Yeto and Yetta, a Yeti couple. Yetta is sick, but she's told us on how to get the key to the bedroom of this place. And thus we've begun our search to finding said item. Today, just want to see really quickly if I forgot anything in here. I guess not. Thought I forgot a chest somewhere, but I guess I miscounted. Just want to check that place again just to be safe. So today we're gonna enter another part of the ruins and continue our search to finding that key. Just gotta head back to where Yetta was first. Need to go through here next. Yep, that's it. And now we can head over here to start going through the next portion of the ruins. Again, it's me white Waffles here. And they're gonna keep continuously spawning to come after you. So as much as you want to take care of them, don't give it too much attention. Only if they become like really annoying, they can probably just beat a couple of them up. Beat with a sword. That doesn't really work with how swords operate. Swords don't beat people to kill them. I don't take care of these guys because they're in the way right now. What I want to get to over here and drop down. I hope it's the right way. Yeah, we're still in the same left quadrant, so it looks like we're on the right path. Well, these mini freezers here. Well, it goes without saying, but mortal draws can take care of these mini freezers, and I'm very certain they can take care of the chill folks we saw in the last episode too. So another gimmick of this dungeon is that we'll be finding cannonballs to use. We can't throw it into these big walls over here, but we can use these to insert into cannons to, well, just fire with a cannon. These cannonballs can also take out the mini freezers if you can throw it at the right time. This is going well right now. Not for me. There we go. That one had a rupee inside it somehow. That was strange. I'm gonna try to use the shield attack if I need to keep any of the freezers away. I don't usually rely on doing that because I actually never thought about doing that before in past runs through this place. But I'm gonna try to implement that a little bit. So what we can do, now we clear out all the freezers, is carry the cannonball over to that cannon, and we can use it to blast any of these ice walls out of the way. So we do that. I think we put it in here. Yep, so it should be inserted. Let's see what this is. Insert iron, continue putting explosive, launch. Right, we need to use bombs as well. These are gonna be another important item throughout this dungeon for you, because that way you can use it to fire the cannons. The cool thing is about using the cannon here is that you can use the cannonball to insert it back into the cannon itself over and over again, and it never breaks, it never like weakens down or anything, so you can use this cannonball as much as you want with the cannon in tow. And it's never gonna like weaken or anything. It'll always work and break anything that gets your way if it's fragile enough. I wonder if... No, the cannons don't operate like placing them at angles. They only go in one of the 4 cardinal directions. Yeah! Not to mention, once you know how to use the cannons, they're pretty dang fun to use. There's gonna be more of these icy walls in the way though. So we can't use the cannon all the time. We will find something that we can break down those walls remotely, but it's not gonna happen for a little while. What is that? I think it's supposed to be a yellow key, not yellow key, it's an icy keys. Sure enough, there's one over there, so it's gotta be more in this place. Oh, careful, like. Don't fall down so easy like that. I swear, that scare has happened to me numerous times in its LP, more than it should. Yeah, that's what I thought. Using the claw, I can knock those things down. And I see that. We can see over there that there's a picture, I believe, that could be an image of Oren Village. Yeah, those are the goats, alright. So that is where an image of our hometown is. Sweet. Like I mentioned before, whoever used to be in this place, they were very well traveled. They went to a lot of places and must have been very friendly with a ton of the residents of the land of Hyrule when they used to occupy this place. This could be like a far-fetched theory, but is it possible to think that... oh, I thought that was gonna happen. That's why I was being a little trepidatious about going down that way. I was gonna say it might be a silly theory for me, but maybe this place used to be home to the hero's shade at one time. Like I said, it's very far-fetched. I don't have any evidence to back up that claim, but that's one of the few unique characters I can think of that would probably occupy this place. Maybe there's some other candidates like someone of the Zora lineage. Maybe one of the big Gorons of the past, probably a sage that want to like settle down later on in life. There's quite a few people I can think of when it comes to whoever probably occupied this place before the Yetis came along. Or maybe the Yetis always did occupy this place, and we just didn't know about them until Twilight Princess happened. Makes you think, doesn't it? When you think a little too much like I do. Anyways, we got ourselves the highly letter B stab. This used to replace a red rupee. Let's just slowly make our way over there. Kinda itching towards that ledger lake. I know what you're trying to do. Don't fall down. I know you have a habit of doing that. But trust me, it's not my it's not my own volition half the time. It just happens to happen by accident. At least getting this chance was worth our efforts because this had the compass inside. So now I can identify whichever chest I did manage to miss out or leave behind. I have an idea where some of them might be. Well, don't do that. And there's some on the second floor. Not the third because that's where the bedroom is, and that's where we're trying to ultimately get to. Yeah, it seems like the most of them reside on the first floor, and there's a few on the second. So the good news is we have only a couple floors to investigate when we're going chest hunting. But the bad news is there are chests we have to find. At least if there are any rupees involved in their contents, then we don't have to like leave them behind. Which at this point in the game shouldn't be a problem for you, even if you're playing any of the older versions, because you should have a sizable enough wallet by now to give you some breathing room for your rupees. I'm doing really bad against these guys. Gonna take them out just for the heck of it now. It's the principle of the matter. I should be getting damage from them as much as I have, but they're really starting to tick me off. I couldn't see behind, but nope. I don't forget. I may forgive sometimes, but I never forget. There we go. And one poke for you. Even though you didn't do anything to me, or you, still, start not to like your kind that much. That might sound a little nasty of me, but they're just freezers. What are they gonna do? It's not like they have anywhere else to go. So I guess that was an optional path for us to go to, but at least it led to the compass, so it wasn't completely fruitless. This was the main way we're supposed to go to, but that has a key that we can't access yet. Or at least a key lock. Over here is where a cannon is. But we need a cannonball to get to it. Nope. Don't do that. Don't want to anger me. You won't like me when I'm angry. I am green after all. Not all green like a certain Marvel hero, but I am clad in green nonetheless. And I am armed with the finest weaponry available, at least to man. So don't mess with me, you dang wolfos. Cause I'm not one to be trifled with. Hold on, is this a place where... I'm pretty sure that little square on the ground might indicate that there might be a chest nearby. Dig around enough. That's most not gonna work. I'm right on top of it. I know it's around here somewhere. Or maybe it might be indicating somewhere on the upper floor. That could be another possibility. Stupid wolfos. Okay, I probably should talk about that thing by now. That, I believe, is called a freezer. Yeah, there's two of those kinds that exist. But that's like the main kind. The other ones we were been fighting with by now, or up until now, those are just mini freezers. I think the idea here is I'm supposed to use the cannon right now. Well, let's turn a bomb inside. No, I don't think it's gonna work because we haven't found the cannonball yet. So there has to be a cannon around here somewhere. Well, there's that. But I don't think we can get to that yet. Since, yeah, that's another separate room entirely. Okay, I gotta check the map. Get a little confused here. No, that does indicate there's a chest over there. But that's not my main concern. Ah, there it is. Yeah, that is really sneaky. It's totally submerged inside the snow. You wouldn't be able to find it otherwise without the help of the compass. Very, very sneaky. And that's a small key we need. Good. Now we're back in business. So we can use that key. Not to roll there, like. No. Keys are meant to be used to unlock locks, not to roll with. I mean, you can roll 1,000 times over, but it won't accomplish anything. We got this room now available to us. We can pull this down and get these cannonballs over to the other side, which will allow us to use the cannons. No, Link, don't throw it. Yeah, I know you're being really uppity as of late, but never like this. You're not this uppity with me. So the tedious part about getting these cannonballs over is that if you want to get more than one to use, you have to go back and forth between sides to operate this little lever. That way you'll get the cannonball over to the other side. It's not that bad we need to use it for one, but we gotta utilize multiple if you so wish. It's gonna be a hassle, but you only need to use just the one cannonball since cannonballs never really break. So you can just use one over and over again to your heart's content, and it'll never disappear. Okay, now these guys are starting to annoy me. I think I'm gonna stop messing around and use my bomb arrows. Wait, that's not it. This? There we go. Take that! Thank you. Whoa! How'd you miss, Lake? It was right beside you. Alright, that one has moves, for days, apparently. Come on. Come on, Lake. You're making me burn bomb arrows. Lake, really? You're able to snipe one easily in one shot. What's it about this Waffles that's making you miss so much now? I guess bomb arrows are foolproof against them. But I thought if I could take them out just long enough, I could get this cannonball inside the cannon over here. Link, don't play basketball with it. That's not how you use cannonballs. Jeez, Link, have you learned to do anything? Like, anything useful? You gotta work with me, buddy. I want you to do one thing if you're doing something else. I can finally use that to blow that away. And that leads to the other chest over here. Which gives more mobs. Well, that was kind of fruitless. But at least I filled up our bomb bags, at least one of. Not gonna check which one. Because we have loads of explosive in our arsenal right now. So I'll move this all the way over to that big freezer. And then blow that sucker away. Fire the hole! Yeah! And when you break a big freezer, they'll split up into tiny freezers. So this is like part 2 of dealing with them. I guess we're taking out that big freezer's eyes is what I'm supposed to like gather from that, since there are like 2 of them. That's my hypothesis. Whoa. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think we'd get to this part so soon. Well, this is why I wanted my hook shot out. Because if you pass by this, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna drink up my healthy soup. Because what's coming up can be a little difficult. Yeah, I'll leave it as such. Nothing else is gonna help me for what's gonna happen now. This armored fellow is known as Darkhammer. And as you can see, he's wielding a ball and chain, which if it makes contact with you, obviously, like so, it's gonna hurt like hell. Once he launches the cannonball, not the cannonball, the ball and chain, I'm supposed to go behind him. Foolish of me to go forward like that. That was my mistake. What you're supposed to do is to get behind Darkhammer like that. Oh, he turns around fast. Guess gotta wait for him to launch the ball and chain, and then go behind him to attack his tail. I read up that a mortal draw can finish him off easily. But I'm not gonna try that now. I want to give this guy a bit of a fight. Not like that. I just roll under. That's good. This guy is not meant to be trifled with. He will wreck your crap if you're not careful. I don't remember turning around that fast. Maybe the idea is I'm supposed to wait for him to swing and then use my hookshot to get behind him faster. Come on. Watch it. Watch it. Now he's trying to close the distance on me though. Okay, that can work, but the method to make him swing is not foolproof. Ooh. Oh. Man, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna make Link feel sore at least for weeks to come. Oh, but that's not gonna help matters either. Do that. I think I only got like one hit on his tail throughout all those swings. This might be actually one guy I'll have to use another of my full heals on because he is very, very tough. There we go. Took a few cycles and he got a few shots at me. But he's finally down for the count. And looky what he left behind. Yeah, it works!
Fatality.
Don't mind if I do. I think I'll take that for myself. Yeah, by beating Darkhammer, we procure his ball and chain. This giant iron ball has incredible power. So, we were actually to find the guy that happened to hold our next dungeon item. And you bet I'm gonna put this thing to use right away. Aw, yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. This is the fun part of Snowpeak Ruins. That you get to wreck practically anything in your way with our new ball and chain weapon. It's so much fun. And to show you how powerful it is, you can hold it down by using the assign item button, and then releasing it will make Link make the ball chain fly. You can imagine this can damage a lot of enemies, and it could likely kill some of them in one shot. This thing is very powerful, and I love it. I wouldn't say underappreciated, but an item that doesn't get talked about that much when it comes to like special Zelda items in my opinion. But someone decided to bring this thing back for Hyrule Warriors, which is a very good choice because there's no way you can leave this thing in one game. It is too powerful to just be kept in just one title. Unfortunately, this led us to some Oren goat cheese, which is made from milk. By Oren goats, obviously, and Link is very disappointed about that. Ah, food again? Yeah, I had a bad feeling about this. She didn't seem very sure of herself. Oh well, let's head back and hope she has some other brilliant idea. I'm gonna be honest, I was planning to use the magic armor against Darkhammer, but in the heat of the moment, I forgot to equip it. But it can be useful if you want to utilize that. And this means we can make going through the rest of Snowpeak Ruins easier by bringing down more of those icy walls, like these over here. You can see that this brings us to the other side we were at earlier, where we're going to the courtyard. Talk a little bit more about the ball and chain. As a future tip, if you come across any Stalfos, this weapon can destroy any Stalfos that's lying in like a crumble of their own bones. So you don't need to rely on bombs when you want to finish off a Stalfos for good. Something that I managed to find out on my last playthrough of this game a couple years back. It's a very handy tool to use, especially against the stealth foes. And this will be helpful against the chill foes too. This can act like a shield against their spears. It may not look like it, but it can act as both an offense and a pretty efficient defensive weapon too against certain type of enemies. Break this here. That's cool. There's souls over there, but we went there before. We don't have to bother those guys anymore. The ball and chain in Germany, or in German, is called the Morning Star. Or I guess if it's pronounced right, part of my German, the Morgenstern. I actually know about this weapon fairly well because this was used in real life as a medieval weapon. In some designs, it resembled a mace, but in other designs, it resembled as a flail, which, based on how the ball and chain turned out in this game, it's safe to say that the devs took inspiration from using the flail method for creating the ball and chain. I just want to see if I can get to this switch first. Probably can't, but I'm gonna make an effort. Might take some doing, but I'm pretty sure I can do this. Just gotta find out how. If I don't end up finding the answer, we'll just skip this entire part and just go deliver the cheese. I think we'll end the episode there. Speaking of items that were included or not included in Zelda, one item that was not officially brought into this game were fire arrows. Despite it not being used in this game, fire arrows are actually still in the data of the game and can be accessed by a cheat device. However, they can't actually function. But it is cool to know that at one time, they did consider bringing back those arrows for this game. But I guess the bomb arrows that they give us within the end isn't a bad compromise. After all, you have heard my praises about how much I love using the bomb arrows a lot in this game. Wait a minute, I wonder if... Wow! Why did I think about doing that before? I thought that block would be, well, blocked off from us. I figured it was pure ice, so I could never use it. But then I took the second look at it, and what did you know? It was another block that you can break free and use in your puzzle. Well, that makes things a lot easier now. But that still doesn't help me about trying to figure out this puzzle, but at least I have one more piece to work with. It's just how to utilize it. That's gonna be the thing I have to figure out. Yeah, I must have spent like at least 3 minutes at least trying to work with just 2 when I realistically could have ended up using 3 blocks at once. I'm pretty sure I upset someone out there who will probably yell at the screens, use the dang ball and chain in the 3rd block, you can use it. You can break it free from its ice, just use it already. Stop being dumb, etc, etc. Aha, I think I finally figured it out. Gotta make one last push. There we go. Really? It opened the way up there? Can I even get back up there? Please don't tell me I'm wasting my time for nothing. I thought I was big brain this, and in reality I was just wasting my time with this. I don't think there's a way back up there. Well, crap. Man, I should have went and delivered the ordered cheese back first. Well, at least I got that out of the way. So I probably saved a little bit of time in the future, but jeez. Jeez, man. I did not think that that would be the result. Oh, needs more punch. Oh. What? Good smell. What you have, huh? I killed the chef. Mmm. Perfect ingredient, huh? Little more time on fire, it becomes gourmet soup, Here, taste, Not bad if I do. After all, I do need the help that would get battered by Darkhammer earlier. Come on, Link, don't be afraid. Take your medicine like a good boy. Superb soup. Smells quite cheesy. And that can replenish up to 8 hearts. I think this might be the best soup we can find in the game now. Which is very nice. We'll head back to Yetta and see where our next destination lies. Yo, Yetta, what you gotta say? I think I remember, huh? We put key in nearby room so no forgetting, huh? How I forget? Embarrassing, See? Here. Please mark my symbol, On the second floor. We haven't done a lot of exploring that yet. But thanks to our new ball and chain, we should be able to get there a lot easier. It there. It must be, You look for me. And that's the next way forward. But we're gonna stop for today. This did go on for quite a while, but we got the ball and chain. And we have our next route to exploring more of the Snowpeak Ruins. So next time, we're gonna put our new handy dandy dungeon out to use as you traverse through what I think is gonna be the final leg of the Snowpeak Ruins. It shouldn't be that much more until we finish this dungeon. Knocking on wood before we're here for one more episode, still trying to look around the place. Until we meet again, farewell for now.